Let's talk to Ricardo Evangelista. He is from ActivTrades. Very good morning to you.
Good morning, Nick.
Okay, headline political instability. We talked off air. We've obviously got a lot going on in the world at the moment, okay? In terms of on a day-to-day basis, it strikes me, everyone hates that word risk on and risk off, but it strikes me it's risk on, then risk off. There was a piece in the Evening Standard last night, a trader, for example, in cable, suggesting that Brexit was absolutely brilliant because there was volatility. But the reality is he's probably one of the very few people who are enjoying this Brexit scenario. Chuck in a bit of Donald Trump. How on earth do you go through this and basically trade the markets and make money?
It's an interesting angle because some traders are scared of volatility, especially traders that are not perhaps as experienced as others. They will see volatility as the enemy. For the more seasoned trader, volatility represents opportunity. So volatility equals opportunity. Without volatility, without movement, there's nothing to trade because you actually trade the movement, the dynamic within the currency pair. So you're spot on in your comment there that with the current political situation, we have instability in the UK, Brexit negotiations, not even the Brexit negotiations per se only, but we have the internal struggle, the Tory party.
Yep.
There's at least two factions that are at a tug of war there, trying to position themselves and maneuvering, which is not good. It's not good for anybody. We have instability in the Eurozone as well. We have something that hasn't been talked about so much recently, but is there lurking in the shadows, which is the rise of extremism and populism in Europe, which could lead us to quite a catastrophic situation in the sense that Europe, as we know it today, the European Union could actually fragment or even come to an end. So we also have the instability in America with some interesting decision-making going on. And interestingly as well, the timing of this decision-making seems to be carefully chosen because we saw that the latest announcement that caused turmoil in the markets, which was the announcement of additional tariffs on 200 billion worth of Chinese goods, a 10% tariff, was released at the close of the American session, which is when there's less liquidity in the market. So we saw, for example, the dollar yen just dived.
Yep.
I mean, no one wants to be a conspiracy theorist, but if one wanted to be a conspiracy theorist, there would be fertile ground there for us to explore. So you're absolutely right. We're living through a period of political uncertainty. It's almost like a perfect storm is coming from all angles. Perhaps the one player that is showing more solidity and is perhaps more predictable is China. I mean, China hasn't really retaliated yet.
But the Chinese stock market is down 22% this year, and the currency is down 6% in 6 months, I think.
Yes. I mean, the currency being down could. Yes, one could argue that is the result of what is happening, but is also in the Chinese interest, as you know, to have a weak currency or an artificially weak currency. But China doesn't have much to retaliate with. I mean, what could China do? I mean, they don't import much. I don't think they will sell their positions in American treasuries. That's one of the things they could do. They could devalue their currency further, but I mean that would only help up to some extent, and they don't want to start a currency war with the rest of the world. But they are the only ones that are behaving in a more or less predictable way. So we're seeing a lot of volatility in the markets that is fueled by this political tension. So almost see one day we have trading that is feeding off news coming from the political sphere, and the next day trading just going
Spins the other way.
Spins the other way, and is based on fundamentals that come out. So yes, interesting times we're living through, definitely.
But if you're a day trader at the moment, obviously you close your book every day. The volatility intraday has got to be good news. But if you're a position trader taking stuff forward, okay, it's pretty difficult at the moment, I would have thought, to take an informed judgment, whether that's fundamental, technical, sentiment, or whatever analyses you do, to say that cables are buy, cables are sell, dollar yen's are buy, dollar yen's are sell. You know, the Japanese would say there's a time to buy, time to sell, and time to do nothing.
Yes.
And so much of this, I think I would go for the latter and do nothing.
I wouldn't say time to do nothing, but I think the current situation requires a very careful analysis, perhaps some hedging.
Yeah.
You know, don't place all your eggs in one basket, as they say. Look into correlations between different currencies as well. Use that to distribute your exposure in a balanced way, you know, a way that can withstand the current craziness of the markets and volatility. But I wouldn't say that it's the time to do nothing. I think it's the opposite. I mean, it's a time of opportunity. I think we are perhaps witnessing the early stages of a new era. You know, the international political dynamics are changing, but I think the economic dynamics globally are changing as well. So we are witnessing a period of change, a period of rejuvenation. I mean, things may get worse before they get better, but I would say for a position trader, this may be, for someone who bets on the right horse, this may be a good time to enter the markets. I mean, you talked about the pounds. I mean, where can the pound be in 2 years' time? I mean,
that's a great question.
Yes. So this could be a good time to start. You know, a very profitable position trading, but obviously you have to be careful.
On that note, Ricardo, lovely to see you. Well done with your
Likewise.
suntan. I'm
Thank
very
you.
jealous. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.